not pay that until a certain point in time. If in good faith, you contact that company and ask them, I think they would tell you that yes, we want your business and we'll take it starting January 1st.
But we'd have to change the record of rate.
We changed them here about 2 or 3 months ago, and I guess we can change them again, you know, to at least be upfront and do what, the deal that we made with the people starting at the beginning of the year. Whenever I thought that this deal, you had to have, you had to go out for anything $50,000 and above, I thought that, I received a letter from this company and I called them and told them that I was waiting on our county attorney to do that research. And when she did the research, it was in excess of $50,000. So if it had been $50,000 and a penny, we would have had to went out for, well, this man on the phone told me that, well, what if we dropped it to $45,000? I said, you know, I'm not really trying to get around the spirit of the law, but I'm gonna wait on our county attorney. And of course, when it came back, it said $50,000 and above, so.
But that also attests to what I was saying, that if they're willing to drop it from 50 to 45 with a phone call, they might be willing to drop it from you know, if they dropped it from 50 to 45, and it's $7,500, then the county could complete that part of it, $2,500. And again, we finished this thing smoothly. We made a change, and we finished it smoothly, and we finished it with integrity. And I'm not trying to change from what it is that you guys have done. I'm just trying, you know, since they brought it to court, just trying to make certain that we do this
Well, and if I could
in
clarify
a
a little bit
business-like manner.
on the contract, essentially what the contract with IPS said is that it would not exceed $50,000, but that, the fee that the county would pay would be, based on commissions in the past. So that is a point of negotiation between us and them over the next year, based on the commissions in the past, but, not to exceed $50,000. So their commission, that as far as the county's fee on the contract, it may be, if you take it quarterly at $7,500, it may come out to that and not the full 50. That was the point within the contract, was it wouldn't exceed the commissions that had been paid in the past, or $50,000, whichever was
It's a
greater.
small thing.
Yeah, whichever was the smaller of the two amounts.
So if the fees in the past was $66,000, it'd be
It'd be
$50,000.
the 50, correct. And I think that in the spirit of attempting compromise, I mean, we can always contact IPS advisors and see if they would relinquish the commission without having to change agents of record. I mean, companies change agents of record all the time in mid-contracted companies. I mean, it's not an unusual practice what has happened here in the court. But they have been very amenable to the requests that have been made. I know after the vote, when I spoke to them, changes that I wanted in the agreement, they were real quick to agree to. They didn't have a problem with the few things that I had asked of them. I could say that we can call and see if they would just waive receiving that commission and leave the rest alone, and if not, then.
That sounds logical.
Is that all right with you, Mr. Dodd?
We can find out.
So I would call them and ask.
If I was IPS, I would feel good in entering into an agreement with the county that was trying to honorably end the previous agreement. That would make me feel good about doing business with them. So So where do we go from here?
Would you follow up on that,
I
check
will.
with them and see what they do there, and, if they're amenable to it, then, what do we need to do then?
I will discuss that with them and see if we can renegotiate some of the items.
But where's the follow-up
Put it
for,
on the next
It will have to
agenda?
be on the next agenda, yes.
if you place it on next agenda?
Yes.
There's no vote to be taken today other than the table till next agenda, is that correct?
That's correct.
Moving on to item 10, discuss and take action on application for mass gathering permit on Gut Check Challenge Zombie Run.
Pretty tasty, Judge.
That's, and the sheriff, y'all look at the application.
I looked over it, I didn't bring it with me.
I've got all of that
While I was.
information here. Can I put this in your, basically just put it in your hands and, talk with the sheriff on it? I think Edwin's already signed off on it.
Myself and Greg both signed off on their application.
And, these, have we ever determined for these fees, what department they go to, where they go? I think Dawn received this other day and she's, where do I go with it? And
The code doesn't line out where they go, I mean, it just says that the fees to be charged, so, I mean, it would probably make sense that it go ahead and go into the general fund. And, usually I think the only issue, I looked at the application, the only issue comes up with commissioner file and parking out in the middle of the street. If that's been clarified, if the sheriff is good with it.
That's part of it. They're gonna have private security. We need to make sure their private security is gonna be out there on the roadway also, to make sure these vehicles don't park on the roadway.
And pedestrians, that's the main thing, you don't know, people walking like they did last time.
You know, they designated parking property right there before you go in their main gate, so depending on how many people they have, whether they're not being overflow or not.
when is that supposed to happen?
It's in March.
It's October 26th and 27th.
Oh, it's March.
I'm William Hageman, one of the owners of Gut Check Challenge.
Okay, you wanna put up a comment on it?
Absolutely. So the parking will be on one of those side plots of land that the owner, Ian Gray, has, I guess to the west of the motocross property. We are trying to open up a gate in between those two properties because he has them blocked off with trees. He doesn't have a gate line there because we don't want our vendors and our runners crossing paths like we did the last time there with the marketing booth at the 5K Phone Fest. So we saw kind of how that situation was going, where there was cars passing by, people walking on the side of the road really close. We're going to avoid doing that. Typically what we do is we also hire off-duty sheriffs to come out and work our event as well, in addition to our private security. So in Bastrop County, when we did our first event in Cedar Creek, we hired, all of our security was mainly the sheriff's office that did traffic control, 2 on-site officers for the concert, which we don't have on this one, and then about 12 private security staff members.
What were the dates again?
October 26th and 27th, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so you do want some security for the sheriff's office.
Absolutely, we'll be in contact with you, we'll hire probably 5 or 6 officers.
And being it's gonna be, last time y'all parked before you got on the curb, right?
Yeah, that was a previous event, we're not
So you
associated
did have
with
a
them.
lot of traffic.
We just did a marketing tent there.
Yeah.
And yeah, they parked in that parking lot over there, right before you get to the property, you take a right. But they haven't walking out of the gate and coming up the road. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna create a path that goes straight from so here's the motocross track, here's that parking lot. We're gonna create a path, open up that gate so runners can walk down through there and the checking area and avoid the road altogether.
Okay, could we get a motion pending the sheriff, the county attorney, the commissioner, Edwin's already signed off on it, when, Ms. Dana satisfied that everybody is, on board with it, get a motion to approve the application based on all that. Commissioner Wiley, Commissioner Fowler, all in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to request that all the employees who are running this event.
You first.
We'll be right behind
How many people y'all expecting now?
It's really hard to say. We know that the Phone Fest marketed their event for about 6 months longer than we did. They had only about 1,500 people signed up, and then the last 3 weeks, they got almost 4,000 additional registrations. Seems that San Antonio was labeled as one of those last minute towns. We've got a lot of response to our marketing, so we are expecting another 4,000 people across the 2 days. So likely we would be under the threshold for the mass gathering permit anyway, but we like to submit them just so we can get in front of the county, let them know we're coming and we're not.
A lot of alcohol was involved.
What's that?
If alcohol's involved and there's any minors allowed, you still have to get the permit.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, we do have alcohol, on this one.
From Alabama?
That would be a TAC.
Is that another requirement from Paul, we don't get them out of high injections?
But we should see probably around 2,400 to 2,500 people there.
Thank you, appreciate it. Item 11, Edmund Baker, Health and Public Safety, discuss and approve lifting burn
Lifting the permit, newspaper, lifting as y'all know, we had some rain. The KPDI has come out and it's showing us to be at 375, which is 200 below what we normally use for our burn ban requirements. The only areas that are still dry, and it's pretty dry there, is down in the McCoy area, Banging Dairy, Banging Farms, and back up by Ray's Farms, up there in your precinct. That's the only 2 spots. Those are agriculture, anyway, we've been allowed them to burn and haven't had any problems that I'm aware of, that anybody's advised me of, so I think it'd be a good idea to lift it and get ready to put it back on whenever it starts drying out.
When it starts getting those freezes?
Motion, Commissioner Gomez, Commissioner Morales, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 12, Jan Hochak, EMC. Item A, this is the information.
Yes, temporary water lines or information.
Item A, number 1, the Hunt Oil, Precinct 2, Ambrose and Vontic. Number 1H, in Hunt Oil, number Precinct 2, Ferdinand. Number 1H, informational only. Item B, utility permits for 476 Southern Springs Water Supply, 12 Hollow Drive, Precinct 1, review and approve. You already reviewed that, Precinct 1?
Okay,
That's not mine.
Precinct 3.
Precinct 3.
It's precinct 3.
Commissioner Morales, some motion. Motion for Commissioner Morales, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? And item C, Oak Fields Estate, Unit 5, review and approve plat. And discuss and take action on acceptance of construction letter of credit.
Okay, this is the plat for D5 Oakfield Estates. This was a subdivision that was originally developed under the original subdivision regs, so they were grandfathered with a 60-foot right-of-way for the roads as opposed to the 70-foot required now. And we've got the developers here if you have any questions of them, but it was given a favorable recommendation by the committee for approval.
That's precinct 4.
Yes.
Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second Commissioner Fowler, all in favor?
So you know, they are going to build it to the standard of the updated.
It's important to
The-
take those
the
roads on
roads
that
specs.
subdivision, substandard.
construction, letter of credit, it's in the amount of $174,000 for the construction of the roads.
Okay. We're going to vote on item 2, motion, Commissioner Wiley,
Anything else to sign?
Item 13, payroll and personnel changes, no one here from the. Item 14, bills,
They're on their way.
they're on their way.
Y'all know it's quick.
Didn't seem quick to me.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Don't worry, Leanne.
Oh. Would you mind going and giving Don those changes so she can, and then Ralph, I think, wants a copy of things to, and Luana,
It'll be October 15th.
I know that, but he's got a shirt on right here. Oh, you mean running?
So they have to go. Good morning, Mr. Ralph, how are you? I still
That's
have
Mr. Ralph
Ooh,
inside.
this is new.
That is Ralph
I
Rand.
know it is. Ranger Ralph. The first meeting I showed up. I knew you the first meeting. I already know where the fucking thing is. It's going to be a decision.
Ralph,
I take it like this.
hold on to the way. I thought we were going to quit. The last time I actually got, what I thought was the last one before I got the other. But I think they changed it, they want to look at it. I'm trying to get that, get those people from the dollars in Orange County involved there. Representative. All of them.
yeah, I asked her to talk to her.
I just saw that note, looked like they were sending it over, whatever, change your mind.
I'm gonna go home and do
Send me. I'll send
Hey,
it out.
everybody had an opportunity to review?
Oh, I'm not gonna look for it today.
Everybody review the motion, please? Commissioner comments, Mr. Morales, all good. We're done.
Now that we're, just want to bring something to y'all's attention, it's not something that was on the agenda. The middle, Karen Lobach, she did a little piece into it, and she's collecting a little bit of information under, one of our programs. And I know that as the public we're not allowed.
I need to talk to you.
But I thought, any of y'all, if y'all would, I will see if the young lady gets it.
And whose granddaughter is this?
This is Miss Pat, Lovat's
Pat, work,
granddaughter.
work.
Yes. So if y'all like to contribute a little something, please come by. There was